Hey guys, today we're going to do something slightly different. Well, this is sort of technically the memoriam for the Sword of Dawn. We're going to do something different here because honestly, most of the series, and especially episode 85, is basically the memoriam for the Dawn. So don't really need to rehash your actions too much. Instead, I found a certain admiral over here. We're going to do kind of a tour of the ship, get the builder's point of view, and some other stuff. As if you guys don't know, Admiral Spectre sort of plays himself, slightly modified. What's your Steam name? What do you go by, Spectre?
Hey, Brock. My Steam name is normally Spectre25.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. So I'm thinking we'll do a tour of the ship, and then I'll ask you some questions from the viewers, some of my own questions, and then give a view of the Dawn kind of from the ground level, since it's always heavily edited when we're in here.
Sounds like a plan.
Show me the ship.
Well, alright. I guess we'll start from the top deck. So, this is supposed to be the bridge. The main flight bridge. But, I mean, from the series, we obviously never used it very often.
Yeah, I think at the start you're like, no, this is the bridge, and I'm like, I like the bottom one, it's more cinematic. You're like, you can't even see out of it! Nah, no one cares.
But yeah, it's pretty sparse and neatly set up, so not really much to say about it.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be command deck escape pod room, but because of subgrids and Clang, we don't have the escape pods anymore.
Yeah. They're pretty cool escape pods, but yeah, there were some issues with them.
And deck 2 is the CIC. We've seen this enough times in the series, so... Yep.
Kind of became the bridge, huh?
Yeah.
And to talk about what I was talking about, the pilot can't really see anything. Alrighty, take us to the rest of the ship.
Alright. Down the stairs, onto deck 3.
It's funny how often the extras and myself get lost in this ship, even though it's actually superly simple setup.
We got main medical spawn, and then back in this corner we got crew quarters. All the rooms are basically identical, so...
Honestly, it's better crew quarters than the Sigmarius. Sigmarius, 4 people have to share a room and they get Netflix. That doesn't work.
But at least you get a good view on both ships.
That's all. That's what it's about, right?
Yep. Deck 4 is just kind of a basic cryopod room. Nothing really special about it.
I found the new stairs really helps this corridor look good.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember the original used the other things, right? The slats or whatever. Yeah.
What was it? Deck 5 are we on now? We've got aft cargo access, and then further back we have main engineering.
Yep, we've been here a lot.
And because of the multitude of changes to the ship... Oh, this is survival world. Okay. Because of the multitude of changes, the original mods for the reactors were deuterium reactors, the fusion reactors, but we weren't able to use those ones, so we had to switch over to vanilla. Mm-hmm. These used to be guided missiles, but that mod broke.
Yep.
And... yeah, this is basically main engineering. And off to the sides here, we have what was originally like a decoy launcher, but for the sake of making the ship work, I had to turn it into like a backup engineering on both sides.
Okay, I actually didn't know that. I was like, I wonder where the Dawn gets all those powers, because for some of the set versions, when we were transitioning away from the mods, didn't we just cram the hangars full of reactors and batteries?
Oh yeah, I was definitely going to address that once we got down there.
Okay, yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. It's actually kind of funny, the reactors and the Jesus, every time. That's kind of very Into the Fray-like, right? Because the original Into the Fray had the reactors and the wings.
Yeah, definitely. And this side's the same as the other room.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
Had all the programmable blocks and I think some timers stuffed into this module. It was supposed to be the main computer core. And deck 6, you got forward hangar access. This is the starboard hangar.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, this was designed to hold a single Osprey Mark 1, but because of the advances in block techniques and building stuff, I was able to fit 2 Osprey Mark 2s and 2 Osprey Mark 3s in here now.
Cool, cool.
Minimal effort to modifications. And the opposite side is port side flight pod.
This is technically the first spot you see in the series of the ship that isn't the exterior, I believe.
Yeah, it is. As soon as when I bring you on board from that alien world.
Ugh. I was actually going to go back to that world for a series, and we just fly around and realize it's just all the aliens are actually just statues or something, but that never happened.
It was all a dream.
Oh.
And deck 7. Originally, this was this is forward cargo access, and then there were supposed to be escape pods in here, but because of the modifications to the flight pods for the new Pelicans, or Ospreys, I couldn't keep them. I had to get rid of them.
Gotcha.
Some of the remains stick around.
I guess that's a good point to mention at this point, right? The Sigmarius series is like a couple years old, and this was made at the start, and it was never... I mean, you can kind of explain that, right?
Oh, yeah. I was definitely going to address that with some of the questions that you had, okay. But...
We can save it for the questions if you want.
This was definitely... This was built a long time ago for completely different reasons.
Alright, yeah, we'll get to it in the questions.
Yep.
So, it's been quasi-updated, right? But just...
It's never... it's been updated enough to work, but not be perfect.
You're the guide here, you can go first. Yeah.
Alright.
It works for the series, and that's about it.
Deck 8, I think we're on.
Yep.
Is basically just aft hangar observation deck.
Yeah, this is where one of the boardings happened.
Yep.
That was so awkward. We were up here shooting for about a minute, and none of our bullets were hitting down there, so I just edited it out. Fixed it in post.
Deck 9 is basically the bottom forward observation deck. Deck 10, basically just ventral cargo access and aft hangar access.
Yep. Are those landing gears? That actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, those are the wheels.
Yeah.
The suspension parts.
Cool. For a not finished ship, this ship is a lot more finished than most of my ships.
And then the final part is just ventral ground level access.
I have never actually been in here, ever.
Actually, I think there was one moment in the series where you hopped out here and didn't realize it was an exit.
Oh, I just walked all the way down and just jumped off the ship by accident?
Yeah, basically.
Cool. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's basically it as far as the interior.
I guess we'll hop into the questions. We're also going to do another full cast set of questions for people watching this, so some of the questions might be left out because we're going to do a full cast interview just to kind of tie up the series. So this is more Dawn-centric, I guess. Okay, starting off, we kind of alluded this before. you can kind of add to it as well. What's the story behind the Dawn? Why isn't it on the workshop? What's going on with that? Because I think a lot of people, we mentioned it a lot, but yeah, you can kind of just get into that.
So the deal with the Dawn, this specific version, I wasn't originally planning to post it to the workshop simply because the vast majority of mods that it required in the past are either broken or missing from the workshop completely. It just doesn't function very well anymore, and it was kind of pointless to try to haphazardly fix it and share it when I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah, you kind of have a really high standard for your stuff, I've noticed. So, like,
oh yeah,
the Dawn was basically achieving like spaghetti band-aid status, right? Where it's just like,
oh yeah, she was band-aided to hell for the series just to work.
Yeah. She's still the strongest ship in the series.
Yeah.
Like, not even story-wise. Like we were bouncing Cerberuses off of this thing's hull repeatedly. But...
Oh, yeah. So part of the story for the reason why she was so strong was originally she was designed to be an equal or surpass the Osiris in strength.
Oh, that's right. That's why that kind of answers my next question. It's like, you built the Dawn, or you could say it, but the question is, why did you build the Dawn, right? And you were kind of alluding to that.
The original, I guess originally when I was building the Dawn, it was, without knowing the source material used for the Osiris, I was watching your series and looking at the Osiris. It was just a lot of excessive space in some areas, and I wanted to kind of take that design and refine it into something a little more compact.
Yeah.
And I ended up with the Dawn, and it used a lot of the same mods and features as the Osiris back then, but again, most of them are broken or missing now, so we kind of band-aided it to work in the series.
For sure, yeah. No, my shipbuilding skills were quite far behind when I first came out with the Osiris. There's just miles of conveyor junctions and just empty space and stuff like that.
Oh, and I should iterate that this was the Season 5 Osiris, not the initial Osiris. So
yeah, both of them have issues, yeah. I guess we'll keep moving on. Why did you build on? We did that. So yeah, I guess to finish up why you built the Dawn, it's kind of funny. It was just never meant for the series, and then it kind of became a literal flagship of the series. So
yeah,
I find that kind of cool. All right, what's your favorite part of her? Like when I look at let's say the Sigmarius, I think the wings are like the super cool part. When you look at the ship, do you have anything that like sticks out to you?
Oh man, that's a toughie.
Is it the anime girls upstairs that keep getting put it on by Tibber?
Yeah, definitely the anime girls in random places. Man, I don't know. I think if I had to choose something, it would probably either be the lower fork, the detailing that was done up on that, or it would be the wings and engine nacelles.
I do really like the engine nacelles. I didn't realize initially, but the atmospheric thruster that's nestled in there is really well done. I'm a fan of that.
That one was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
I'd say the initial version of this back in 2017 was, I think, initially all ion.
Yeah.
And then trying to test it and get it to function the way I wanted to in atmosphere, I had to figure out a way to squeeze an atmospheric in there. So
yeah, it's tough to get these larger ships, especially since this is majority heavy armor, to function in atmosphere. Yeah, it's a heavy girl.
Yeah, she's definitely a lesson I learned in future iterations, to not use so much heavy armor.
Yeah, you kind of want to use where needed, and then yeah. I think if I were to answer that question, just from as someone who doesn't build nearly as well as you do, I really like how Spartan the interiors are without looking just like an empty box like original Osiris does, right? Like the space is very efficiently used, and it's not just crammed for the sake of being crammed. Like it feels like a warship or a submarine even. So that's probably my favorite part of it, actually, just the usage of the interior. But I guess moving on, you've kind of covered this already, but might as well, since a lot of people look to you as a builder and are a big fan of your things. Like, is there anything you do differently on the Dawn? Or I guess lessons learned. You kind of touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of lessons learned. Things I would do differently. I would definitely not design her around mods being used in a specific series. Like, for instance, with this Dawn, the front Mac fork, the upper fork, was designed around the Mega Mac mod.
Right.
Which broke 2 years ago.
Yeah. That was the one on the Osiris, right? That first one?
Yep.
Okay.
The big Mac that you used to create a crater in the hill.
Excavating.
Yeah. So it was designed around that, and that was a huge, 25 by 3 by 3 block?
Yeah, both of those ships were designed around just a gargantuan brick.
Yeah, it was monstrous. So that's the whole reason why the front forks are so huge, and now house little tiny FOB 1500s.
Yeah. Or in the series, the Little Davids, which is just like a 1x3 or something. I forgot exactly.
It's a 1x1 by 6 or 8.
Yeah, it's tiny in comparison. Yeah, that's something I kind of learned at the end of Osiris. It's just like build the core hull with as few mods as possible. Like some are kind of necessary, like vanilla thrusters just don't cut it if you want a functional ship. But the less mods you can use, the more flexible the ship is. The more longevity it really has. So.
Yep.
What's next? What was your thoughts on the final episode? What was going through your head when you saw one of your babies just after like literally 2 years? Like I just realized this right here. Like, is this the build date?
Holy
November
shit.
2017, 9 in the morning.
Yeah, that was. Oh man, I can't believe they turned the timers off during that. Wow. So I found some old images.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest image I have of the Dawn is most of the wing, the upper bridge, and most of the top fork finished, and that was back in July of 2000, middle of July 2017.
Dang, this is quite this is probably one of the older ships in the series.
And then this version was rebuilt from the ground up in middle of October or middle of November of 2017, so a few months later.
Okay, yeah, and then you can see it probably this is like publishing, I guess.
Wow,
publishing?
I didn't realize I turned any of the timers off for that. That's crazy.
It's kind of cool, a little capsule.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so what were your thoughts when you kind of saw over the course of an hour, the Dawn going from whooping ass to starting to bleed, break down, and then eventually her demise?
I'll be honest. I was crying like I was a mess.
Oh yeah.
It was painful watching, I guess 3.5-year-old just get beaten, battered, and abused so roughly, and yes, the way it was edited and all put together, it was both painful and honorable.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I
like
think
it sucks that she's going down, but fuck yeah, she's going in a blaze of glory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why everyone's always like, oh, why don't you just continue the SIG series forever? And it's like every story needs an end, and like the end is probably the best part of a series because everything's built up to that. So like, eventually stuff has to end, and the Dawn ended that day. Which is funny because, you know, technically I think she could have probably fought for another 10 minutes, but, you know, story's a story.
Yeah. For the story, we kind of had to start, you know, killing batteries and speeding up the damage. And
yeah. The funny thing is, you know, in that scene where, like, 3 Cerberus' rammer trying to take her down in her, like, final stand thing, like, that wasn't even intentional. I think the Xers were just starting to get frustrated that the damn thing wasn't dying, so they started, like, ramming it repeatedly. And it's just like, nope, get out my way, bitch.
Yep.
All right. I got a couple questions from the viewers here. A lot of these aren't incredibly serious. We got a lot more questions for when we do the crew interview on. I think we're gonna do that on Friday or something. So from King Maximus, I think you mostly covered this, so you can kind of speed through this one. What inspired you to create this design, other than the Halo series, and how long did it take you to build it?
Yeah, original inspiration was cleaning up the excess and wasted space of the Osiris into a smaller, compact ship. And again, without knowing the original source material, was just using the known UNS, the official UNSC frigates as a template.
Okay. Rodor asks, why do we keep this guy around? Is there a Dawn ship girl?
None that I know of, but
that's classified.
Yeah, if there's anyone out there that does the whole ship girl stuff, I would definitely be interested in seeing one made.
That'd be pretty funny.
I think it'd be kick-ass. Some of them are really cool.
Yeah. Here's some rapid fire questions from Dregs. How many Clan Colas can fit in it?
2,367,183.
83? I thought it was 82. 83?
It
Okay.
might be. I might be off by a couple.
Yeah. How many fingers were broken during its construction?
See, let's see, which fingers did I use the most? I think I broke my mouse pointer finger a couple times during its 3.5-year construction.
What material was the Dawn made out of?
Only the best cheese.
Testosterone distilled into steel. And finally,
you know that cheddar cheese when you leave it out on the shelf for a week?
It just turns into a little brick.
Into a rock.
Yeah, well, it's the strongest material known to man. Stale cheddar cheese. Yeah. Final question from Link. Only serious questions here. Dad, why did you go to get milk and why did you never come back?
Well, you know, I kind of got kidnapped. The army just wouldn't let me go.
You met the Sarge guy. Wouldn't let you leave.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, son.
That was probably one of the more fun ad-lib lines with Sarge. Yeah, how's the family going?
Oh, yeah, you know, no communication. I have no fucking idea.
Sarge, you need to work on your inter-family skills. Alright, I think that's all I got for now. We'll keep this one a little short, although I think we're going on 30 minutes now, so... Any last things you want to say before we sign off here?
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to tease something.
Oh, right, shit, yeah.
So, we don't have the weapon core mod installed, but that's fine, because we don't need it as far as appearance's sake go.
Oh, I don't have dampeners on.
Oh, I changed my mouse sensitivity. The Mark I Dawn is fixed up enough to the point where it's I don't even want to say enjoyable, but it's people can go look at it now on the workshop. But in the meantime, I am working on a better version, and that is the Mark II Sword of Dawn, and she has far considerable improvements.
Oh, what is that noise?
Oh, why is it doing that? There we go. Got him turned off. I don't know why it was set to shoot characters. We never do that.
It's angry.
So a lot of the problems that I was having with the Mark I was it being entirely heavy armor construction. So this one I've gone through and fixed up areas, so it's like layered armor plates.
Ooh,
And don't mind some of these gaps that's just missing weapon mods.
gotcha. Really utilizing those new blocks, I think, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. But overall, she's roughly the same size, about 88 blocks long, 25 blocks tall, and I don't remember the width, 23, I think.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize how cool the new armor blocks were, and you certainly utilized every single one of them. I think she'll be a good successor to the old girl.
Indeed. So far, only a couple days of work on this one, but hopefully in the next week or two, I'll have the interior finished, and she'll be on the workshop for everyone.
Cool. I'll throw out a video then, so everyone can see and finally get their hands on the Smortive Dom.
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty. I think we'll stop it there. Any last words, or?
Fly safe.
Alright.